64-bit Dragonist C, the good and the bad. Finally, after more than a decade of waiting, Dragonist C jumped on the bandwagon and can now be played on 64-bit. And if you are using a 64-bit operating system, you're in for a treat. But before we dive straight to the pros and cons, let's first understand how does a 64-bit compare from a 32-bit. Simply speaking, a 64-bit processor is more capable than a 32-bit as it can handle more data at once. The biggest benefit from using a 64-bit application on a 64-bit OS is that you will have full access to all the memory available on your system. So, if you're going to run Dragonist C in 64-bit, you will see phenomenal changes in frame rates and smoothness. But, if for whatever reason you are still running a 32-bit processor, you won't see any difference at all. That depends on your operating system. If you're still running a 32-bit OS machine for some reason, use 32-bit since your machine won't be able to use more resources even if you choose to run the game on 64-bit. If you are running on a 64-bit machine, then use the 64-bit client to reap the benefits of having more frames and smoother experience. Now here is a video comparison of a 32-bit and 64-bit in Saint Haven. Here is another video comparison of 32-bit and 64-bit in Ancient Vault. Here is yet another video comparison of 32-bit and 64-bit in the Nest. Finally, here are some of the clips that I took during our 8-man raid while running the game in 64-bit. Even though frames are higher and the overall experience is smoother, you can barely see the monster anymore with all the skills on your screen. Fortunately, you can turn your team's skill effects and limit the setting to only show your skills to at least see what's going on. And there you have it. That concludes our DNSEA 64-bit review. What about your experience? What did you like or didn't like about the 64-bit patch? Tell us in the comments below.